Department of Defense happening because even though there is a certain amount of limitation on access, those who are working in the Department of Defense, clearly it appears to be thousands of individuals in the Department of Defense, are finding ways around this, specifically by using the Department of Defense IP addresses and also apparently peer-to-peer sharing within the department's network. So this study that was done on this issue, and it is pretty horrifying, Manila, to consider this. It shows that the Department of Defense ranked 19th out of almost 3,000 networks in terms of peer-to-peer sharing of child pornography. That is almost ranked 19th out of almost 3,000 networks in terms of peer-to-peer sharing of child pornography. That is absolutely incredible. This bill attempts to essentially say, look, we're about saying Department of Defense computers are being misused to share, to spread, to access child pornography. And when you
and I'm listening to myself. Okay. As a target individual, they are trying to push reality away. It's like a counter where our mind are being rewired and manipulated. And this purpose in charge or tasked to make you believe this false reality as they manipulate you, they are supposed to find what they need to find to manipulate reality or change reality and manipulate it however they can. It's really analyzing how we can rewire reality in different fashion. Reality is no longer a factor, right? It's like a cognitive warfare where whatever they can make you imagine, this is going to be the reality. Now, I understand my imagination, my thoughts are no longer mine, so they can create whatever reality that they want. They call it their reality. You just heard this. This is not fictional. This is not something I have created or have to imagine. You heard something disturbing here. You heard it in slow motion for a purpose. Just in case you missed. And I bring that up all the time because we at this point have accepted that the Department of Defense is obviously behind this program. This level of technology is not coming from your neighbors, this childlike sounding people. You know that these people are contracted, they are organized, they are using some of the most sophisticated technology to implement this tactic. They have tasks to do these things. Then, some of these people, you should see who's involved. You're shocked. Even babies, children are involved in saying things that like, well, how would this even? It's obviously, as I'm saying that, they try to rewire me in these disgusting ways. It's obviously run by governmental entities. And the crazy part is, these governmental entities have these issues that's been ongoing years after years, coming back all the time. It seems like every few years it comes. So it's something that keeps coming back over and over and over. They keep having this issue resurging for some coming back where there's new articles about these issues in regard to pedophilia. But this is the most clear. You can look it up. You can search This specific, there's a bill called National Defense Network Abuse Act. As I'm saying that, they try to rewire me of these manipulations. And it is disgusting to find out that the governmental entities, as they try to bring up something they manipulate me to experience, and it's always about rewiring. For me to even make this video, it's like such a difficult things to do, because they try to counter what I'm trying to say. Because there's a bill called National Defense Network Abuse Act that is supposed, in an attempt to limit the amount of child porn trafficked within the DoD network. You heard this thing. That should give you a clear idea of the issues ongoing in this organization. When they make me experience this disgusting manipulation, I know that people doing these things to me are working for these governmental entities where you see a clear, consistent issue with pedophilia. And then you'll be validated that they have done that to so many others. They've done that to so many others. They have been messing people messing with people and rewiring us in so many nasty ways. Right now, they're bringing up what they've made me experience when I saw this kid dancing on this wave. But they try to counter the reality of what they actually have. They have a problem with pedophilia in these agencies, to the point where a bill was passed in order to attempt to stop this issue, specific to the DoD network, to the DoD computers and devices. How much more validation can one have when there's a whole bill showing that there's a problem with pedophilia in these agencies? To counter that. Because today, the way they make me experience these nasty manipulations, the way they make me experience these disturbing things, is to make me have this perception toward children in these disgusting ways. And try to make me accept these things. But the reality is, they are working for governmental entities where issues of pedophilia is truly an issue, a consistent issue. So they're trying to counter this mention that Child Protective Services ranked the DoD network when reviewing all the United States network, about 3,000 or so. The real number is 2,891. They recognize the DoD network. Child porn trafficked on that network is ranked as a top tier network in regard of trafficking child porn. It is disturbing. It is crazy. They're not ranking these people's personal computers or anything. The computers given to them by the DoD. The network provided by the DoD. That's where they saw this ranking. Ranked 19th out of 2,900, ranking them as a top-tier child porn trafficking network in regard of internet network and computer network. To counter that, you heard the number 19th. In the past, they've been trying to make me accept that, you see that person that said I was 19 years old was actually not 19 years old. And they will make me imagine this person. And mind you, this is me in my mid-20s at this point. I think I'm 25-ish. 25, I think. And I've been with somebody who said she was 19 years old. And they've been trying to make me imagine her to be underage. Or try to make me, it's just, and mind you, I'm in my late 30s at this point. So a 19-year-old can easily be created in my head as somebody who's underage. Now, because I didn't check the ID or anything, but it was clearly mentioned that she was 19 years old. They're like, no, but she lied. I'm like, okay. And at this point, it's just what you can make me imagine. And now, when they're framing me or talk about how they're going to frame me, it's like, oh, I'm 19, huh? I'm like, I don't know who you are, and I don't care. They try to make it seem, oh, you know me, who I'm going to frame you, I'm 19 years old. Like, what? Just go do your frame, you trash. These people don't even live in reality. It's about how they retarded they want. I'm 19, huh? I'm like, I don't give a shit what you are. You're just a trash working for these governmental entities that have problem with pedophilia. And you're talking about framing me. I don't know. I'm hearing these people talking to me that I don't know, that I'll figure out one day. Tell me how they're going to frame me. And then even to say in characters like, oh, I'm 19, huh? I'm like, what? What a clown. What a kind of low life you live. And they're like, now we have videos of you. Because they say they can manipulate me while I'm asleep. I don't know this. I know this technology is sophisticated enough to, and it controls the brain. I've been controlled when I'm awake completely. So I don't know if it's true or not. But this trash know that regardless of what it is, their job is to create this false reality. To the point where they talk about framing me and saying, oh, I'm 19. Can you imagine the level of clownliness you have to be this gimmicky? With all due respect, I'd rather die in hell than live the life that these people live. They've been humiliated by reality that they work for pedophiles. They are here trying to counter reality, but the things they make me experience, the things they manipulate me to experience, the nasty manipulation, well, their whole life right now is dedicated to spend time manipulating my brain in this disgusting pedophilia way, which is rewiring these pedophilia ways. They are right now making me think about this nasty thing they make me experience when I saw this kid dancing that they obviously put down my reels on Instagram when she couldn't even dance. And try to make me look at her in a sexual way. And try to make me accept these things. And then try to talk about me in middle school, what this low life I hear frying babies with EMF. This low life has sold his soul to this government. So for me, I'm asking God to give me strength because I'm going to go through some horrible things because this 19th out of 2,900 network traffickers of child porn have been humiliated by reality.
Happening because even though there is a certain amount of limitation on access, those who are working in the Department of Defense, clearly it appears to be thousands of individuals in the Department of Defense, are finding ways around this, specifically by using the Department of Defense IP addresses and also apparently peer-to-peer sharing within the department's network. So this study that was done on this issue, and it is pretty horrifying, Manila, to consider this. It shows that the Department of Defense ranked 19th out of almost 3,000 networks in terms of peer-to-peer sharing of child pornography. That is absolutely incredible. This bill attempts to essentially say, look, we're about saying Department of Defense computers are being misused to share, to spread, to access child pornography. And when you